What's up? It's your girl Tisha Campbell, and you're tuned in to the Hot Zone.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel it? We winning in this world today. Ain't nobody gonna take a fame. We going in. Yeah, we going in.
Okay, we live. What's going on, everybody, man? It's your girl, International Most P, here for an all-exclusive feature with an artist that is in town in St. Louis right now, about to wreck shop at a venue next to you, where you are. Yeah, where you are, right now. You, yeah, him, me, you, us. No, I was just playing. He's been a record show down at, what is it, Lily D's?
Lily P's.
Lily D's.
Lily P's.
Lily P's.
Yeah.
Diner for New Music Thursdays. And he's in town, straight from, to be honest with you, this man travels miles and miles. We're going to talk about that in a second. But we are here and welcoming the legend himself, the knowledgeable individual himself, Spencity. I am Spencity on all social media.
Oh, what's good?
And that's Spencity without a D, y'all. So it's Spin.
It's Spencity with an E.
Yes.
No D.
Yes, that part. That part. So welcome to MPP Studios and In the Hot Zone, which is my podcast. It's been an honor. We talked about this before. I've been following your journey, your representation. They do great with getting you out here. Your hustle gets you out here. And it's a pleasure to finally put the ideal into motion to be sitting in front of you. That's...
Yeah, we've been trying to get this
Yeah,
for months now.
yeah.
It took us a while to get here.
Yes, and I'm honored. I'm so honored to be able to ask you a few questions and just understand your journey as an independent artist that got on the road and didn't look back. So let's talk about Spencity. Where are you from?
Oh, originally I'm from a little small place called, I'm from the Delta in Mississippi, basically.
Okay.
So there's no stoplights. There was one store that functioned as the store, gas station, post office, grocery store. It was literally everything in that one little spot. So,
wow.
Yeah, dirt.
Wow.
I tell people all the time, I'm from a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. So,
Woo.
yeah.
So, this gave me a lot of good questions. I just thought about it, though. I want to change the angle of this so they can see the front of your face. So, we have a ghost in the studio that don't want to be named. Oh, that works. Either grab his. Because I can see him on this one, but they can't really see him on that one. So, we're going to turn it out a little bit. Yeah, we're going to talk. You can be comfortable.
Turning those cylinders straight towards my mouth.
Oh, my goodness. Mic released. No, you can move it how you want. I ain't going to touch it because I want you, I want you to be comfortable where you're at. There we go. Cool.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Probably going to have to put it behind the ghost head, Just talking about I'm messing with him. He remains very important, but remain nameless in this interview. So shout out to you and being from an area that is really, like you said, very small, not a lot of opportunities. Growing up, what did you want to do, or what was it like living in an area like that?
Well, first thing, it was there's a lot of work involved in that. Working ass women's, right? when you grow up in the country, it ain't a whole lot to do outside of work, doing whatever the family's doing, because typically the family's together doing whatever. Granddad, in my instance, my granddad woke us up every morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. All right, boys, what do y'all want to do? You want to go to work? You want to go fishing? You want to go hunting? But one way or the other, we got to bring some food or some money into this house.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow.
So that's kind of where the grind come from.
Yeah.
There wasn't a choice when I was growing up.
Okay.
So we didn't get chances to kind of explore a whole lot of what we wanted to,
mm-hmm.
but we got to explore a whole lot more of what we had in the culture.
Okay.
Being raised in the deep South and these deep roots of slavery and shit like that.
Yeah.
We at the church. I tell people all the time, there's some gang banging going on down south, but that shit happened after 2 o'clock on Sundays.
What?
Yeah. You it ain't no banging till after 2 o'clock on Sundays, because Big Mama made sure she got the family and everybody else at church. Even the hardest killers, chances are they belong to a church because they know where they gonna get buried at, because that was the nature of coming up in in an area like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody knew everybody's business. Everybody knew everybody. There was no real strangers.
Wow.
So if a car comes into the community that nobody's familiar with, well, all the old folks on the horn already, they talking to each other. Who they belong to? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What church they belong to? Who they folks? You know what I'm saying? And that became the basis of this is how you get outside and this is how you go and meet people, because people will accept love before they accept your talent.
Wow.
Real shit. They'll accept, people will accept you just being a genuine person to them. You having, prime example, me and Luke Nasty. Luke Nasty like my big brother, right? When me and bro met, one thing bro didn't have, he didn't have any weed. Well, guess who keeps some? Hey, big brother, here you go, don't worry about it. Oh, how much I owe you? Not a thing. I understand what it's like to be in that position.
Yeah.
Now here it is, me approaching the situation, you know, as a human, as a person, not as an artist, not as an engineer, not as, you know, somebody who's trying to make it, but as somebody who just understands being in a situation where I ain't got nothing to smoke and I got bad nerves.
Yeah.
And that formed a relationship where I can pick up my phone and call Big Bro now for anything.
That's
good
dope.
people, and that's literally how I've gotten around, just building really good relationships with really good people, like our ghost over here.
You can laugh. You can hear him too, y'all. The mics pick up everything, so he laughing. But now I'm just playing. I'm gonna slip up right and turn this on a little bit, so if he laugh next time, we'll hear it.
Hey, shout out that boy DJ Juvie. Boy just tapped in on the live.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you. So as we get into that, like just being from the South and them roots right there, how has that? Well, we kind of talked about the grind part of it, but like, how else has that impacted you and built you and molded you for this industry you in, or the grind you on? Let's say that.
Okay, so I just looked at my odometer a second ago, and I'm at about 181,000 miles on my car.
Let's get into this. Yes.
So, dating back to last April when I bought the car at 30,000 miles on it,
Woo,
and,
boy.
you know, when you do the math, that's 150,000 miles in about 12, 13 months, right?
Yeah.
That is a whole lot of grinding.
Yes.
It's a whole lot of rolling. That's a whole lot of being away from family, sacrificing a lot. And that happens because when I was growing up, it wasn't enough to know how to fix something at the house. You had to know how to build the house.
Woo.
You feel what I'm saying?
I love this interview, by the way.
And we built the house from the ground up, meaning we didn't start at the foundation, we started under the foundation. Most people don't understand this, but your house sits on a pad, a dirt pad. Your house has to have 7 to 14 feet of good dirt below it. So a lot of people don't realize most of that shit has to be dug out first.
Yeah.
Has to be loaded out. And I take that same kind of mentality into this music, where we got to dig out all of this bullshit, dig out all of this bad dirt. And then we got to bring in 7 feet of good dirt to stand on.
Yeah.
And then we build our foundation on that.
Yeah.
So my ghost over here is my 7 feet of good dope. My 7 feet of good
Dope.
dirt.
He said dope, y'all. No, he meant dirt.
Hey,
He meant dirt. He meant dirt, y'all.
I did serve a little bit. But that's definitely, you know, that was part of it. And building a relationship with him and having such a strong core. It's the same thing. These people, like I tell bro, it's bigger than music all the time. He invites me to the house for family stuff because he knows I'm here alone. Like, I'm surrounded in the states all the time where I don't know nobody other than the promoter. The person that's paying me to be there. The only person I know. And so having that core that I can reach out to and that I can call and that's willing to stand behind me and help me build this whole brand and stuff, that's part of what keeps me going. Because it reminds me it's family. It's not just music. It's not just entertainment. It's real family ties. It's real family bonds being made. I don't know about the mob ties shit.
Mob ties.
Yeah, it real life over here, non-fiction.
Non-fiction. I love it. I love the because, you know, when you interview people, you want to understand their roots because it shapes who they are now.
Definitely.
And when I first met you, and you already told me about the 150,000 miles, I'm like, look here, if I buy a car, them mugs is not going to get that many miles in that many times. And I'm still paying on it or whatever I'm doing on it.
Still 15,000 out. Hey, come get a nudie. Come get you a nudie. I'm going to go, listen, what 2 Chainz said? I get a flat tire, I buy a new car. Well, I understand that I can't get there, but at least I know the mentality.
I love it. I love it. So you here in St. Louis, this is not your first time. You've been back and forth. You have good relationships here and great understanding of what it takes to be an artist. So as that growing up, like, did you have any inspirational artists that you like to rock with, or you were vibing to, or you? Man, it took you a place where you listened to them. Who are they? Let's talk about them.
We're gonna talk about a couple of them, right?
Let's talk.
First person I got to talk about is David Ruffin, right? Ruffin.
Of all people.
Yeah, like all this rap shit, R&B shit, all this shit cool, but the personality, David Ruffin and Dolomite, Rudy Ray Moore, they are kind of like simultaneously responsible for like a lot of my personality, because my granddad had us watching, you know, old westerns and Dolomite, you know, a whole lot of blaxploitation type films and shit. So growing up was a deep delve into our culture. You know, like I knew exactly what a Chicago block looked like before I ever went to Chicago. I knew how, you know, people in St. Louis were handling and conducting business before I ever got a chance to see the Arch for myself.
Wow.
It was a lot of studying and shit like that. So David Ruffin, The Temptations, of course. I used to sing gospel music. Yeah, I did the Bobby Jones gospel tour when I was real young, like college, freshman year in college.
This man, you see this? You never know what a box has.
Like, so we were, and being on there like Smokey Norfolk, the Williams brothers, I performed and sang and worked with so many people that I kind of learned my way around. Mm-hmm. And all of these guys were the same people that, you know, I grew up in the church. So these are the same people that for so long have been like the mega stars of where I'm from. You know, there was no Jay-Z or Biggie and stuff like down there in the country. But you can bet your ass the Williams brothers and Dottie Peoples them were, you know, some of the biggest names in the church. Kirk Franklin and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before Kirk became like a social media star, Kirk Franklin was the man when it came to gospel music. It wasn't a church in the country that wasn't singing a Kirk Franklin original, you know? And a lot of the music, I tell Kirk that Stone, you know what I'm saying? Some of
that
those
right
songs
there, that changed the life for everybody.
Exactly. A lot of that music
that was
is
the
the
crossover.
basis, exactly, for how we make rap music and how rap music evolved. And a lot of people don't understand that the cross sections of church and street actually is more prevalent in our lives than we actually give it credit for. That's real shit. As an artist, being able to go city to city and look and be like, damn, I'm able to fit in, or I'm able to get some traction over here because the same shit that's going on over here is the same shit that's going on down here. And it's the same shit that's going on over there. And yeah, these people look different. They got different lingo, but deep down on the inside, they all dealing with the same struggles and shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, us as black people, as musicians, as artists, as content creators, we bond over the shit that we struggle with. Most of the shit we go viral on is some shit that we wasn't trying to go viral.
That's true, because other people relate
to
personal
life being exposed.
Yeah.
And we bond on that shit.
Yeah.
A lot of the artists that I've been able to like lock in with like really close is because we had other personal shit that was away from the music that brought us closer. So I'm real big on building relationships. Yeah. I'm super big on building relationships because having a great relationship, like my boy DJ Juvie still here. DJ Juvie, one of the hottest DJs up in Chicago. He making a lot of plays, does a lot of things for Shade 45 and stuff like that. He ain't got to be watching my live. But, you know, it's me reaching out, me wanting to build that relationship, wanting to get to know bro and be a part of what he has going on. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that everywhere I go. Yeah. No matter what city it is, because it's a bunch of them. Yeah. That keeps me kind of like going, and I'm kind of like blessed to be able to, you know, have us, you know, to be able to speak, to say, hey, excuse me. All that's the South, because
I'm gonna tell you, because some
folks in the city rude as fuck.
That part, you brought that hospitality, you brought that Southern hospitality to this part. Yeah. Anywhere you go.
Yeah, they be rude as fuck, but I'm still like, no matter how rude a person is, I can't change who I am. No matter fuck this rap shit. You heard the song, fuck this rap shit. I'm gonna be me. Yeah. Excuse me, let me have a little bit of your time. Let's talk. Because I'm pretty sure if you got this right here, we got somewhere that we have cross sections and we can relate.
100%.
And that's all it takes. A little bit of relation. A little bit of relation can change your career. Like, my career was going nowhere. I met this dude. You know what I'm saying? I had no traction whatsoever. Didn't know a soul up here. Didn't know how to get outside. I met this guy, and it was, at the moment we met, it was bigger than music. It was, nah, bro, whatever you're doing, I want to be a part of it because I see what you're doing here.
You can say his name, because now they're going to be like, who is this dude?
Shout out my boy, Midwest Connects, my boy Uncanny, bro. Y'all don't see him on the camera. Y'all check out my boy.
He's so humble. He's like, I'm not in this interview, but... Yeah, but definitely say his name, because Uncanny and me go way back. So anytime he needs all the flowers he needs them big time, because forever and ever.
I was a guy coming up here, you know, for a job. You know, I came up here because my kid's mom is from up here. I didn't know anybody. Bro was like, "No, bro, come over here."
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, bro, you ain't doing nothing for Thanksgiving. Come on over here where we at." Oh, my family's hanging out here at the park. And over the course of the last couple of years and shit, me and bro we've grown in the really be family and shit. And not only that, he's taught me how to like stand up on the business side of this music and actually how to finesse myself into more and better looks. So I'm completely thankful for this dude here because I couldn't do it by myself.
That fact.
Yeah.
Big fact. Big fact. Big fact. He's like, yeah, let me, yeah. I love this interview. Thing about me when I interview people, it's very transparent. These are not common questions you will get.
Right.
I literally go off the vibe and I interview people I really know or been watching or interacted with because it's more of a relationship. It's kind of like you.
Right.
So just being able to tap into you and learn and dive more into who you are, Spencity. Where did that name come from? How did you come up with Spencity?
All right, so first thing, my last name is Spencer, right?
Wow.
That's where the E in my name comes from.
Got it.
Because my last name is Spencer, but outside of that, since I was maybe 12 or 13, I bought my own cars and been able to drive and go pretty much anywhere I want to. Country dude. I learned how to drive when I was 5 and 6. I can drive anything with a motor.
Wow.
Yeah, bulldozers, dump trucks, all that. Like,
Wow.
we do all of that. So, yeah, I'm CDL Teamster and all that right now as an artist.
Dang.
So,
See,
like,
this is what I'm talking about, y'all.
I will, get on the road, and I've always been the type to get on the road and go. Oh, my granddaddy had a junkyard full of cars out there. We can go out there and get a battery off of this car. We can get an alternator off of that one, get a starter off of that one. We gonna boom, 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 boom. By the end of the day, we got us a truck to go. You know what I'm saying? So now we whipping, we driving, we teaching ourselves. And through the course of that, it was, damn, I love being on the road. And I'm from the middle of nowhere. And I've always known, like, I'm bigger than this. Like, damn, mama doing the best she can, but I know I'm bigger than this. Let me go and help. I know I got something that, if my talent ain't gonna be enough, my drive will be. So I've always been, going harder than most people around me, always going farther, willing to do more than most people. Mm-hmm. Like, I tell folks all the time, with this rap shit or without it, I'm gonna live the same life because I'm gonna make sure I can make me some goddamn money. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
Like, it was a grind to get up out of that. Like, fuck that being broke shit. Like, no, we not doing it. And a lot of artists don't realize that, hey, it costs a whole lot of money to do this.
Yes.
And if you don't have a job, a career, you don't have a substantial way of making equitable money that where you can put away something for, your bills and stuff and still be able to afford a musical career, then you wasting your fucking time. I ain't wasting mine.
They need to hear that again.
Yeah, that's serious. I'm not gonna waste my time. No. Unless you one of them small ones or you real good, you got you some real good friends, some high places. Y'all check this out. Y'all got y'all some good friends, high places, sponsorships. Get you some sponsorships. Use all them people you got. Oh, like my boy said, broke is a mentality. Hey, I'm with him there too, because I know how to hustle.
That part,
I know how to build everything in the world with these two hands, whether it be music, whether it be video, whether it be a house. I fix bridges for a living, like.
That part.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna make me some money.
That
And
part.
every artist should have that, kind of like mentality because it's gonna take. All right, so I'm gonna say it like this. Most people look at money for the wrong reason. They look at money the wrong way. People look at money as a way to buy and to have with you what they want. Mm-hmm. When in all actuality, money is a tool to be used to make more money. That is literally what money is for. It is
investment.
Exactly, investments. Taking
We can
money
talk about this all
to
day.
put it back into more money.
Wow.
That's how you. Rich people don't spend their money.
Nope.
Rich people ain't paying a whole
They
lot
use
of taxes.
they use OPM. Other people's money.
Yes.
He looking at his watch like, oh yeah, let's get it over. We gotta be.
We
We gotta
do
be
that.
some. No.
Well, man, they gonna be there. Then they got, big man. Shout out OTB fast.
Yeah,
he coming.
that's
in the
another thing. I'm
building.
like, yeah,
That's a
maybe
good
I'll
look for the
show
city.
up.
Maybe
Maybe
that's a good look for the
should.
city.
Maybe I'll come out. I've been low key since I've been back.
Yeah, but
I be
you
trying
back.
to trying to sit
You know
still
what I'm
for a
saying?
second.
But see, here's the thing. The more that you're in, as an artist, we need you outside. You're a resource. You're a major resource. You know what I'm saying? It's not that, you can just do this one interview. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that this is a relationship that can be built to, maybe it has nothing to do with music.
That
but
part.
the fact that you're an asset, you should be, you got to be out here and allow us
I'm gonna
to
come
see
rock in there with you. You ain't got no shirt for me or nothing? Y'all ain't got nothing for me to walk in there with?
Do what I just say, bro. We got to bring everything.
Yeah, I could walk in there with one with you, you know?
Man, I literally just said, because I got like so many people over there like calling my phone right now, like we gon' like, hey bro, where you at? We waiting on you.
Yeah, we all walk in with you. I do
And
that.
I'm like,
I roll in with you.
Bro, if I could go and get like t-shirts and
Made
like,
right now.
name
But you
and
know
shit
for
right
next
now.
time.
Oh yeah, for South by Southwest,
You know
we
for
going
fact.
crazy.
You know for
It's
fact
gonna be
having me
crazy.
your trunk.
Hey, y'all, check this out.
there.
Spencity Midwest
I will
Connects
shit.
merch coming out immediately. Y'all be tapping in with me for that shit because it's here. No,
It's the load off look. We got the slides, we got the sneaks, we got the hats, we got the hoodies. It all drops in.
Since I won't be there for South by, just send it to me on the ship.
I got
And I'll
you.
wear it in Spain for you.
I got you.
That part. I'll just wear it in Spain for you because I won't be at South by. I'll
But
be.
you're gonna be over there, and it's like, and I was actually
You can
working
mail
with
it.
a guy trying to get the. I was working with this guy trying to get this promoter trying to get to Europe last year, right? But I don't know if you guys remember, but in February, Russia wants to step outside and go to bombing and everything, and I'm like, hey, I no longer want to go outside of the country until we figure out. First of all, until Biden out the way. I'm just scared at this point. I'm scared of him. I don't know what he gonna do. Listen, they done made me believe that Trump was so bad. He hiding documents. He turned over the government. And well, it looked like this shit need to happen. Look at y'all doing the same shit. How you get caught? Now you gonna call and tell me today? This is after the current president that got caught with classified documents at the house. That Pence got him at the house too. Now he was the last vice president. How he get some? Y'all didn't check him then? No. This motherfucker stood up in front of the world and called his wife mother. Okay? He called his wife mother. Y'all wasn't checking him out already. This motherfucker believe in conversion therapy. Y'all ain't checking him out yet. Y'all didn't see if he had some classified shit that he ain't really need to have his hands on.
I'm so done. That's so funny.
Man,
it's so fact. You speak
I
straight.
went to Ole Miss for journalism. And at the time, I actually got a chance to interview Barack Obama, President Bill Clinton.
Who are you?
And President George Bush.
Who?
All right, so I'll tell you.
I'm speechless, y'all. I'm literally.
Hold on, let me give you the real. So while all of that was going on, right, and I'm literally making waves. Like at this time, Ray Sherman's like on my couch all the time. I'm the dope boy at school. I went to Ole Miss, so anybody that was at Ole Miss at that time, like Carlos Miller, all of us went to school together. It was a different world back then, and like I got in trouble. You know how that shit go.
Yeah.
When you rolling too hard. I'm also the editor of the Student Media Center at this point in time. Yeah, I'm also writing stories that are pissing off the people in charge because I've always been controversial. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm selling everything. I ain't been to class. We on the internet. I'm throwing a party every day. They will tell you, like, I threw some of the wildest parties at Ole Miss. Like house parties, Project Video X type shit. We used to have a video called Video X, Video 14 or some shit like that. It was Video X on Dirty Red 14. That shit don't even exist no more. But we literally had one of the biggest parties. The cops couldn't even shut it down. We took a 3-story apartment building, ran wires through all of the building, and had one big-ass party. I'm talking foreign exchange students.
That
I'm
is
talking
some crazy.
everybody.
That is like out of this world.
It was wild. We were the number 2 party school in the country for a reason then.
Wow.
Like the other night, we're at the, I'm at the Coalition Anniversary event in Atlanta, and I bump into Gorilla Zoe. So during this same time I'm in college, Gorilla Zoe comes and does a frat party. Me and other guy are the only 2 black people at this frat party. So Zoe points us out, brings us on stage, right? So I tell Zoe, I was like, so when I bump into him in Atlanta, I was like, hey Zoe, hey bro, I appreciate everything you did, whoop the whoop, same shit. I was like, you actually gave me a look when nobody else did. I was like, you remember about 12 years ago at Ole Miss, he looked me in my face, he said, don't stop, you the one I pulled in the crowd. He said, I remember you. Then he walked me over to his team with Glow, Detroit Barbie, all of the people that, were with him, his new engineering shit. Everybody put their number in my phone. He introduced me, like, personally to everybody in the camp. So, man, shout out Gorilla Zoe.
Detroit Barbie?
Man, I love Barbie, man. Barbie's like, I met Barbie last year. Was that last year or year before last in Cleveland?
Yeah.
At the Nerve DJ event, man. Like, Barbie dope. I fuck with
met her
Barbie.
at the conference.
Yeah, I fuck with Barbie. Shout out Detroit. Barbie, man.
Wow. So you moving and grooving. You gonna be at the conference this year, right?
Yeah, I'm always everywhere.
You everywhere.
If
You
there's somewhere
everywhere.
to be, I'm bouncing.
You
I'm there.
everywhere.
Spencity. That means I'm coming.
Got it. So we know where your name came from. I think you told me that. Did you tell you got the E from Spencer in the city because
I'm just out here.
you're out there, you be spinning these cities
I'm
like
spinning
left
these
and
cities
right.
like that, exactly.
Okay. So we getting there. We know where your name coming from. We understand who you are. We're getting facts that we never. I don't even know if people know that.
A lot of people don't know this shit.
That's why we're doing this
digging it.
now.
It's cool.
And I'm getting exclusives because I am exclusive. I love exclusives.
Exclusive, like Lavelle Crawford said. Exclusive.
So now let's fast forward to now. You got a new song called Load Off, but you also have other music. So let's just talk about, if you have projects, this your single. Let's get into the music aspect before we get out of here.
Let's get into the music then. First off, I'm not a rapper, people. I'm an entertainer. And by that,
Let's say that again.
I make what I feel when I walk into the studio. So if I'm feeling a rap vibe, an aggressive type vibe, then I'm gonna make an aggressive type song. If I'm feeling, it's time to make some women shake their ass because I might have bumped into a couple of chicks that were, hey, we want to shake our ass and we don't like this song or something. Well, let me try to make you something. Or if I feel like singing, because I grew up in the church, we had to sing. You couldn't go in church rapping.
That far.
Yeah, this shit was not like Fighting Temptations. Cuba Gooding Jr. and Beyonce lied to y'all. Back then, you could not take your ass in no southern church talking about rapping. No, sit your ass down.
Oh my goodness.
You better learn these hymns. You know what I'm saying?
so
So if I feel like singing, man, I'm still gonna go in and I'm gonna harmonize my ass off, which blows a lot of engineers' minds because we'll do like a list of songs and I'll rap 3 or 4 songs. I'll be like, all right, bro, pop this in. And then I'll be like, all right, let me sing this. And they'll be like, huh? And then I'll be like, no, I'm gonna do my own harmonies. Fuck the auto-tune. They'll be like, huh?
that part.
Yeah, it's like, at this point, I don't even work with like engineers that use plugins. Like, I want all this shit to be natural. So shout out MG Sir Duke down in Kentucky. Like, completely all natural sound and shit. And I'm all about good quality music. It don't matter if you become the biggest star. But I guarantee you, if you continue to put out consistent quality music, you will build your following that will allow you to live out a really decent life, making a living from your craft, And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand consistency. Hey, it might take you 10 years. It might take you 12 years. I heard, Meek Mill say it took him 13 to make a dime. Hell, I got paid shows a year in. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about taking everything that you can get with pride, what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I have so much pride in my music, whether it be like an R&B song. Like now we're promoting Load Off. Shout out VIP Empire for releasing it and the distribution and shit on that. Like Load Off's a great song. I felt like when I recorded that song that, hey, this right here for the dope boys. Like I said, I'm a CDL holding teamster, Hey, this right here for all my truck drivers who really out here grinding, because even with the snow coming down, they still working.
Yep, that part.
You know what I mean? Like, everything that I'm doing right now is kind of like tailor-made for target markets. There's no more just, hey, let's just drop a song.
Yeah.
No, every song that's being made, every song that I'm working on right now has a target audience. It has, a budget behind it. It has basically the things that it's going to need to stand on its own in the indie circuit right now.
Yeah.
At least until we can get some, some major money.
Yeah, of course. If you're moving like this, your story alone will put somebody to put money behind you.
Yeah, somebody gonna give us some money. Somebody gonna give us some money real soon. I'm thinking,
I think I might have a sponsorship for you.
Oh,
I talked to the ghost for you.
I love my ghost. I always tell people, like.
I'm sorry. That's just gonna be.
I love that though.
Oh my God.
Like Uncanny the Ghost.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you Midwest connected, you ain't. What is the slogan?
Man, if you ain't connected, you ain't motherfucking respected.
Let's go.
Midwest connects in the building.
That tagline ain't gonna never get old. Right
never,
there.
Man. I love it. But yeah, but the project I'm actually working. I know, like I'm pushing the rap single right now, but hopefully by. Right after Valentine's Day, we're working on getting the R&B project done.
Okay.
And it's called Men Hurt. That's the actual name of the project. It's called Men Hurt. And I named it that because I'm rushing.
Men Hurt.
No, I'm naming it that because I'm trying to rush to the second one, which is Men Hurt Too.
Oh.
You see where I'm at?
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, so it'll have songs that like some of y'all might have heard, like We Might Be. It'll have Love Grind, some of those things where I was telling the story of the breakup. I was telling the story of having to leave my family and shit so I can actually, you know, become a better person, because I was sinking and I was going into that dark hole that we tend to go through in bad relationships or toxic relationships.
Yeah.
So it was a big, you know, it was a big kind of like coming out party for myself. So Men Hurt on the way. Hopefully by the 21st, 22nd of February, we'll be, you know, full steam ahead.
I just hope I get that before it drops. I like exclusives, by the way. I want to be able to say I got it.
Oh, you know, I'm
so I can figure out which record I can do whatever I do with.
Already.
So we got that. We got what we're gonna look forward to. We got your new single Load Off, which is definitely gonna be played and supported however we can do it. Before we get out of here, is there any? I don't like this is a part of the interview. I didn't even break it up like I normally do. God, thank you to 2023. I'm forgetting what my interviews sound like. So the interviews are broken up in 3 different spots. Hot spices, which we talked about, which is just getting to know you and the roots. Then we go into the hot juices, which is literally just anything about you that draws people to know you more, which is what we did learn about the journalism and kicking parties and
just a little bit.
did all that, and then we get into the hot topics, which was the music, because we're here to talk about the music, and all other stuff falls in place. So we're in the hot topic part of the interview, which we already talked about, Load Off, and this new project, Man Hurt 2 coming soon, all that type of good jazz. You sing, you from gospel era, like all this hot topic juice that we hear that gives us spice to people is what HotZone is. Right. So I just wanted to break that down because I didn't say it earlier and break down how the interview flowed. And now we're in the hot topic part. We're talking about the new single Load Off, which is featuring Tsunami.
Yeah,
produced by
Tsunami Fly. Like my boy is the GOAT. Like
wow.
Yeah, I pulled into Pittsburgh. My boy said, "Hey, you need to come over here where I'm at," right? And I met him kind of through like this mutual friend of ours. And I got there, him and his wife basically laid out everything. It was my first time in Pittsburgh. They were like, "Hey, bro, relax. You're a family now." So they, you know, he has a studio in the basement, like world-class studio in the basement. And he was like, "Tell me what you think about this." So we literally sat on the track maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and I was like, "All right, bro, hit the record button."
You already was ready.
I was already ready, and I didn't know what I was going to say. All I had in my head when I went into the lab to actually record was a melody, like, I was like, oh, okay. All right, bro, I'm just gonna go in and whatever come out. We weren't looking to make a single at the time. We were just warming up, and it was like, oh.
It works.
I like that. I do too, bro. Well, let's run, you know, let's take it and run. So that's what we did. We took it and ran with it.
So before we get out of here and you get ready to go make your grand entrance at this event taking place
don't
tonight.
Don't be that, because K-Mean is on my ass already. Shout out Coalition.
Yeah, I know. They probably like, sure, hurry up. But it didn't even really start.
Yeah,
it just really started. But I know getting there early and putting your foot down and showing how, punctual you are is important. But yeah, you had the interview. So, with that being said, before we get out of here, is there anything you want to talk about that you haven't had a chance to talk about? This is not a question. It's kind of like an open-ended type of topic. The floor is yours.
Because I'm such an open person, I have to tell my message, which is don't forget to love each other. Don't forget to help each other when we're down. Not because the internet's watching, not because we're going to get likes, but do it because you remember what it was like to be in that fucked up situation. Do it because you remember what it was like to be broke. Do it because you remember what it was like to be right at the edge, right about to get your breakthrough, and just needed that little bit of a push. So that's really all I got to say to any of that, anybody.
Wow. As we said with his message, any shout outs?
Man, Midwest Connects, Uncanny, Who Better, my boy Bone the Mac, my boy D Hearn, my boy DJ Juvie. Man, there's so many people, K-Mean, all these coalitions and people, man, you got me on live and internet knowing I'm going to forget people.
It's okay. They know how it works. Yeah, anybody that's just a part of my journey, just to sum up everybody. And your social medias and anywhere where they can find your music and all that.
Yo, I am your country cousin. I am Spencity official on IG. I am Spencity with an E, no I, everywhere else.
That's simple, y'all. So make sure y'all follow, tune in, stream, support. His grind is unbelievable, y'all. Like he said, he came from wherever he be coming from. He brought a car last year, April, and got 150,000 miles and brought it at 30. So he's at 180. And that's all grind miles, y'all.
Yeah, that's
so
straight grind. I'm looking forward to the next 150, if I'm being honest. Like, it's not
I mean, you could build a car from a ground, so you know how to keep it well maintained too. So
keep it on the road.
You know, you keep it on. Highways usually the best. I realize for cars, driving on highways is usually best.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah, and use some sea foam to clean out your engine. You'll be alright.
Yeah, you go.
I just learned that too. So I just wanted to say, but yeah, thank you so much for coming to rock with me here in the Hot Zone at MPP Studios in Alton. It's a great honor to finally meet you, sit down, learn more about you. I'm very impressed. I didn't know half of what you just told me today, so I'm even more wanting to dive in and figure out how our worlds can align, because that's the dopeness of what you represent. So thank you for being who you are. Continue to sprinkle that on everybody like you do naturally.
Salt Bay.
Salt Bay.
Salt Bay. That's right.
Yeah, oh my God. You ain't watching right now. When you do, you gonna laugh, because this interview is amazing and natural and very warm-hearted. So thank you again for stopping in the Hot Zone with me, DJ Most Precious, Spencity. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, we out of here.
We out of here. Spring.
Spencity. Back shit. Been in my bag, been in my bag, been in my bag, nah, yeah. I've been in my bag now. Been in my bag, not that cap. This rap, I'm about my cash, but I slap this, that stay on tap. I'm on the road, spinning, get the load off. I see why niggas hating, cause they throwed off. I stay in my bag now. They say I'm the man now. I came out the mud and I put up the bread, and I'm really the man now. Ooh, counting them bands now. Ooh, no trap at the band now. Ooh, they hating the way that I walk. They hating the way that I talk. I was trapping with a half, smoke a little bit, then sell 7 grams. Do it again. Next time, get a zip, do a flip, double up, hit a lick, grind me, shit until I come up. Used to ride on E, now fancy ish, fancy meats, fancy drinks, leather seats, a fantasy, and all a nigga really pump is petrol 9.3. Yeah, I've been looking at for a real long time. Stepped in the game, melodies in the rhyme. Rolled in your city, got the means and the time. She took the hit in the back, I broke her spine. Yeah, been everywhere, I know you heard of me. I'm still a stinking and smoking purr. Police keep a stick like it's an emergency, cause we can say shit, might wanna murder me. In my bag, not that cap. Fuck this rap, I'm about my cash, but I slap this shit that stay on tap. I'm on the road, spinning, get the load off. I see why niggas hating, cause they throw off. And in my bag, not that cap. This rap, I'm about my cash, but I slap this shit that stay on tap. I'm on the road, spinning, get the load off. I see why niggas hating, cause they throw off.
All in my bag now. I'm out on the road, doing these shows, I'm about my cash now. Messing with hoes, know how it goes, it's moving fast now. Hop in my whip, then I go. Need me a drink, maybe stop at the store. All about money, I'm trying to get more. Yeah, man been the man by my bag, and you know I'ma get it. Never offended, these haters, they all in my business, I see they don't get it. Always pretending, they shaking your hand and then moving, go back to the fiction. Done with the fiction, I'm back on my pivot, I shoot and I bet I won't miss it. If I gotta get it, hustle and I'm making out my mission, rubber cannon, and I'm back to getting digits. Never back to doing dishes, never going back to being churches, never slacking, never back to be for riches. Never going back, I need a rack and I'ma get it. Hit another rack, and now I'm winning. Put it on my back, don't need to lift it with a jack, I need the whole shoulder be packed, I need it all and I'ma get it.
Been in my bag, not that cap. It's this rap, I'm about my cash, but I slap this shit that stay on tap. I'm on the road, spinning, get the load off. I see why niggas hating, cause they throw off. Been in my bag, not that cap. It's this rap, I'm about my cash, but I slap this shit that stay on tap. I'm on the road, spinning, get the load off. I see why niggas hating, cause they throw off.